Jared McCain used the backlash that he received to not only fuel his historical March Madness run, but also to establish several groundbreaking deals off the court. A life-changing moment. When he was struggling to find his confidence, a book completely changed his life. In his freshman year, Jared was shooting the ball well and showing off his competitive instincts in practice. However, when game action began in the fall of 2019, he struggled to find his footing. Though the first 4 games of his freshman season, he was shooting below 16% from three-point range, getting a lot of open looks, but was unable to capitalize. Coach Giles believed that the stress and pressure to live up to the hype was getting the best of him. After the team's 4th game of the season, a 74-67 loss, Coach Giles brought Jared into his office to have a word. Before long, Jared got emotional and broke down in tears. Jared was frustrated with his lack of consistency, which Coach Giles could relate to, as he too went through a period of questioning himself as to why he could be good at one game and then bad the next. The solution was simple. Coach Giles told Jared about the inner game of tennis. The book draws its basic concept from Buddhist principles, explaining that our brains will often screw up what our bodies are perfectly capable of doing. Immediately after his conversation, Jared went out and purchased his very own copy of The Inner Game of Tennis just days before Corona Centennial's highly anticipated matchup with Rancho Christian High School and 5-star center Evan Mobley. From the jump, it was clear that McCain's confidence was back. With time winding down and Rancho Christian holding a 1-point lead, Jared buried a 3-pointer just when his team needed it most. He hit the biggest shot of the game. Since then, the book has become a part of his routine. It used to sit on his study desk with the pages folded and worn from constant rereads. Along with the book was a yellow piece of paper pinned to the wall containing a list of goals, which included the Gonzaga logo to the left and a Duke logo to the right. However, basketball wasn't his first dream. Basketball obsession. A unique situation made him give up on his first dream. When he was younger, he played football and soccer. He would have played soccer longer if the seasons didn't overlap with football. After taking a break from soccer, he fell heavily for basketball. But before that, he had another sport that he loved. I also played baseball when I was younger. I actually have a poster that says I want to be an MLB player. That was my first dream. It wasn't basketball, it was baseball. However, when he was hit down under with a baseball, he had to make a business decision and drop the sport. Instead, he followed his older brother's path. Jared said that his brother has played a huge part in every decision he has made, including dedicating himself to the craft of basketball. Part of his dedication comes from his hard-nosed mentality. Again, he credits his brother for it. He would always lose to his older brother, which caused him to play with a chip on his shoulder. And then later on, when he felt disrespected by rankings, that chip only grew. And before he knew it, he was being heralded as one of the best high school players of all time. Basketball journey. He became a star in high school. Jared started seeing basketball stardom as a high school athlete, and he was nominated for the California Player of the Year in his junior and senior years at Centennial High School in Sacramento, California. Jared saw all of his hard work pay off as he quickly began to check off things he had written down on his goal list as an 8th grader. His bullet-pointed list boasted numerous completed goals, including 10 Division I offers, playing for Team USA, and receiving an invitation to Nike's Elite 100 camp. Sitting right on top of the list with a big check mark next to it was playing in the 2023 McDonald's All-American Boys Game, which was one of the most coveted accomplishments of a North American high school basketball player. He wrapped up his senior year at the Sacramento High School, averaging 18 points, 7.1 rebounds, 4 assists, and 1.5 steals per game. After that, he checked off another goal as both Gonzaga and Duke recruited the high school superstar. Ultimately, he went with Duke because he was looking for a family atmosphere where he felt as if he was at home. Not only was he becoming a star on the court, but outside of hoops too. Viral sensation. However, he has faced some backlash for his choices. His favorite social media app is TikTok. His first video was of himself and a high school friend trying to synchronize some basic choreography. The clip was just 11 seconds long and garnered 44,000 views. Since then, McCain has used his TikTok to gain more fame. One video of him with USC freshman Bronny James, the son of NBA star LeBron James, has both stars dancing at mid-court of the McDonald's All-American game on March 23, 2023. The video clip has over 13 million views. And with nearly 3 million followers on TikTok and 974,000 followers on Instagram, Jared is one of the most popular collegiate athletes on social media. He has continued to post regularly, racking up over 130 million collective likes on the app, with videos spanning from basketball to viral trends and choreographed dances. His likable and bubbly demeanor has brought global attention to his team and the NCAA. And like all things, there has been some bad with the good. Jared faced criticism for posting on TikTok during the season, along with being questioned about his painted nails. In one video, he had white nails on one hand and blue on the other. He explained that he likes to apply nail polish so it helps him restrain himself from biting his nails. Now, there were definitely some times during the season where I was like, why? Why am I getting hated on? All I'm doing is dancing and smiling, just trying to spread some positivity. But they'll find a way to hate. Jared had a rather mature response, realizing that people were projecting their own insecurities onto him. He shut up the haters with his historical March Madness run. College highlights. Although his college career had many highs, there were also several low points. Jared was starting for one of the best collegiate teams in the country. It wasn't always smooth for the California native. During his third game of the season, he failed to score a single point against Michigan State, and with his large social media following and the hype around him in the basketball world, he began receiving negative comments and messages online. Now, that didn't deter him. He bounced back with 17 points against Bucknell days later, gradually finding his footing throughout the season to become one of Duke's most consistent point scorers. On top of his 3 games with 30-plus points, McCain broke the 20-point threshold 9 times. On January 29th, he earned Atlantic Coast Conference Rookie of the Week honors, and on February 17th, Jared scored a career-high 35 points, tying Zion Williamson for the Duke freshman record. He played a key role in Duke's March Madness run. He averaged 21 points per game across their 4 tournament games. He started March Madness off on a high, scoring 15 points against Vermont to help Duke cruise into the second round. But it was what happened next that really saw him make headlines across the country. He scored 22 points in the first half, including 8 3-pointers, to finish the game, breaking the 30-point threshold for the first of 2 times in the tournament. Duke went on to beat James Madison 93-55. And the next round, they overcame the challenge of number 1 seeded Houston before getting knocked out of the tournament by North Carolina State. Jared had 32 points in that game. He is headed to the NBA, but he did have a backup plan in case all of his basketball dreams didn't pan out. Off the court. His backup plans might surprise you. Jared has always had a business eye. He has his own clothing brand and finds it surreal to see people rocking his logo on campus. It brings a smile to his face. Other than entering the business world, he even thought about becoming an agent. Even an agent is something I might pursue, something in sports. But if it wasn't for sports, then he might have gone into teaching. If it was up to him, he would have taught second graders. But now he can teach other athletes how to market themselves because Jared has secured several lucrative NIL deals over his college career. He has deals with Meta, Sally Hansen, Celsius, Skims, Downy, and American Eagle. Sally Hansen's deal must have been particularly satisfying after he received a ton of backlash for his painted nails. All of them contribute to his overall net worth, which will soon blow up when he gets drafted to the NBA.